Hello everyone. Now in case you didn't know, I'm a big Godzilla fan, in case you couldn't tell. Now in case you didn't know, there's a new Godzilla movie coming out in a few weeks. And of course, like any good money-sucking corporation, they were gonna make action figures of them. So I got a couple, and now I'm gonna review them for you. Let's get some footage of me reviewing the figures now, because I haven't filmed that yet and I'm too lazy to.
Alright, so here are the figures that I've got. I've got the Rodan set, the King Ghidorah set, and the Mothra set. I'm gonna get the 6-inch King Ghidorah and Rodan figures eventually. I was never a big fan of the really big figures because I don't really have anywhere to keep them. So for now, this is what I'll be reviewing. Alright, so first let's start off with the King Ghidorah set because that's the set I was most hyped for. And here they are out of the packaging. Sorry about Ghidorah. I've been trying to get him to stand with his wings out like that for like 5 minutes and it's not working. So I'm just gonna leave him like this. Okay, so these figures are definitely a lot better than the ones that came out in 2014. There's 2 points of articulation in the tail and there's articulation in the head, which is new for the tiny Godzilla figures. And he has arm movement and leg movement like any good action figure would. It's well sculpted, it's got paint apps unlike the last figure. Unlike Ghidorah, who is not painted, he's just solid gold with the exception of his focus. Come on, it's super. The lighting here is super bad, sorry. His eyes are painted and that's about it. But he has points of articulation in all of his 3 of his heads. I can't really bend him because, you know. He's got leg movement. You can kind of see this joint there. Each of his 2 tails are separately posable, which is something that the Bandai figures can never seem to get right, which makes me angry. Which makes me angry. Focus. There we go. I'm just gonna let him fall. I'm sorry, my friend. Anyways, onto the Rodan set. Alright, and here's the Rodan set out of the packaging. Now, instantly something I like slightly more than the King Ghidorah set is the fact that Rodan can stand on his own with his wings outstretched. I'm sorry, I love you, King Ghidorah. You're one of my This is all falling apart. Anyways, you're one of my favorite kaiju, but you can't stand on your own, and that takes points away. You're still probably gonna end up being Godzilla. You're still probably gonna end up being my favorite set, though. Anyways, back to Rodan. He has leg movement and he has wing movement, which is always nice because even the Bandai figures can't do that. And he has head movement, although it's very slight. It's a bit hard to do. This Godzilla, it's the exact same articulation as that Godzilla, except he has different paint apps. His eyes are blue, and his spikes are blue to indicate that he is breathing atomic breath, which I think is a very welcome addition. Although I do think that the Mothra Godzilla is probably going to end up being my favorite, for reasons that if you're not a Godzilla fan, you wouldn't get, because you're not as awesome as real Godzilla fans. Anyways, let's now look at the Mothra set. Alright, I had to change location for personal reasons. Anyways, here's the Mothra set, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this is probably my least favorite out of the 3. Now don't get me wrong, I like these figures, but Mothra has not 4, not 5, but 2 points of articulation. Yeah, you can only move her wings, But I mean, her wings are on a ball joint, so you can move them in lots of different positions, and her wings do look great. But it's 2 points. But I kind of get why they would only have the wings, because her arms and legs are very thin, and so they might fall off. Burning Godzilla. He looks pretty good, but he's more of a muted coloration of Atomic Breath Godzilla over there. Same points of articulation. Mothra's okay. Pretty good if you want to get a Burning Godzilla figure of 2014 Godzilla. Everyone was complaining online about this guy being like a spoiler for the movie, but if you watched one of the trailers, I don't remember which one because there's like 4 of them out there, and I'm not gonna put all of them at the end of the video. Anyways, if you watch it, you could see that there is Burning Godzilla. You could see him on screen, and I'm like, why are you guys complaining about that? You could see that it's in the trailer, so it's not really a spoiler. Anyways, these are the figures, but let's look at the backgrounds. Okay, so here are all the locations that come with each set. Here's Godzilla for scaling. They're a little too small for my taste, but you know what? I'm gonna keep them because the art's pretty good. Now, the locations themselves are of what appears to be a baseball diamond, the Temple of the Moth, which is something I read about in the online, that there's a place called Temple of the Moth in the movie. If I'm wrong about the name, the movie hasn't come out yet. It's gonna be my first movie review. I'm gonna see it opening night. It's gonna be great. And then, it's just a town on an island. I know that it has a name. I don't remember the name. Probably started with the word San. It's where Rodan would be flying out at here in the movie, right there. So they're just pieces of cardboard with some cool looking art on it. They're not really that important, and they don't really have. They're probably not going to be worth very much in the future. But you know what? They look pretty cool, so they're going to be in the Hall of Kaiju where I keep my Godzilla figures. Overall, I would rate these arts. It's a yes from me. Alright, so I think that my favorite set out of the 3 is probably the Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah set. Mostly because King Ghidorah is one of my favorite kaiju. I'm not going to name any more kaiju that I like because I want to make that its own video eventually. One big downside with the set is that Ghidorah's wings are so big and he's so tiny. Like, look at that body. He's a skinny boy. He's been skipping leg day, which is definitely something that chunky old Bandai Creations Ghidorah over there has definitely not missed out on. It's a mess over there. I should probably clean that up soon. Anyways, so I had to get like a stapler, put it on his tails, which is not good for posing, because if I take it away, he falls over. But other than that, they're really good figures. I would highly recommend getting all 3 of them. They're like $9 a piece, so you're probably gonna end up paying like $30 for all of them. But you know what? That's almost $10 for 2 of them, are almost as much as 1 Bandai figure. So you're getting 4 figures for the price of 2 Bandai figures, which is cool. Even if one of those 2 figures is just a repainted Godzilla. But you know what? Those Godzilla repaints, they have value because they look cool. And they have great articulation for a tiny, tiny figure. Speaking of which, okay, this is going to be a comparison of the 2019 Godzilla figure and the 2014 Pack of Destruction Godzilla. This isn't technically the Pack of Destruction figure. This is one that you could get. It's like a Japanese figure, and he's very squishy. But you know what? They have the exact same mold. This one's just painted with a little bit more color, which makes him superior to me. The only difference is that this one is kind of hollow, and the other one's made of hard plastic, and his spike's a little bit more jagged. Anyways, first thing, articulation. Okay, this guy has head movement, arm movement, leg movement, and 2 points at the tail, that being right here. I can't really show it to you guys, but there's a little joint right there you can see. Then there's one up at the base of the tail. It's there. It's hard to... There, you can see it right there. This guy, you cannot move his head. You cannot move his head. You can move his arms, you can move his legs, and you can move him at one point on his tail. Look, it works better on Pack of Destruction, but this one you can't really move his tail that much. Anyways, sculpt. I like Godzilla 2019's design a lot more than this one, because look, this one's spikes are a little bit more uniform. They don't really have much of a design on them. His toes are more elephant-like. They're close together and tiny. His tail it's more curvy. I don't like it very much. It's not long enough for me. It just doesn't look right. But, you know what? It was an American Godzilla movie that didn't suck, so I was happy about it. Even though Godzilla was in like 5 minutes of the movie. Anyways, on to 2019 Godzilla. This Godzilla is probably going to be in the movie a lot more, which is good because this design improves upon this one so much. It's amazing. Okay, first off, the toes are more spread apart to make him look a little bit more reptilian. The spikes are more individually designed, looking a lot more like his original appearance in the 1954 film Godzilla King of the Monsters. His eyes are painted a lot smaller, which I do like. This figure a lot. The teeth, he's got better paint apps than the Pack of Destruction one. This one doesn't have many paint apps on the face, but you gotta trust me on this one. I'm too lazy to go get my Pack of Destruction Godzilla figure, because I don't have them on display ever, so I just keep them in storage. These will be on display though, which is always great for my collection, because this guy looks great. His tail is longer, and a little bit more spiky, or pointed. See, look at that point right there. It's a nice point. Anyways, got 2014 Godzilla. Yeet! 2019 Godzilla, best design, 10 out of 10. Go watch the movie. Just do it. Okay, so this has been my review of the 2019 Godzilla figures. But because I like making my videos long and I'm a big ol' meanie, I'm gonna put the trailer for the movie at the end of the video to get more runtime. Now, if you haven't seen the trailers, shame on you. But if this trailer persuades you, I'd highly recommend to go find the other trailers, watch them, because this movie is going to be amazing. Just trust me.
Rodan, Ghidorah, Mothra.
Oh my.
They're everywhere.
It's comforting.
Our planet will perish, and so will we. Unless we set Godzilla free.
This time we join him. That's messed up. Good thing he's on our side. Beautiful. Here we go. This is Godzilla's world. We just live in it.
Damn right.